Okay, we are ready to begin. Welcome to the September 28, 2022 meeting of the Board of Works. Would you please arise for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. Roll call, please.
Ed Baker,
I'm present.
Linda Gregory,
Present.
Lola Meyer.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes
I would
from
make a
last week?
motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
And I will second it. Are there any corrections, additions, comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Wright, we will address claims.
Good morning. So I sent out the email yesterday afternoon with the claims. I just wanted to make note of a few items. We had a couple vehicle purchases for the police department, and today's day and age, when you can get them, get them. And we had a claim for $282,874.54 to DC Construction Services in the MVH, and that was for public resurfacing and road improvements, and our usual health claims, and this was mostly health claims or healthcare and utilities this week, a bunch of it.
Yep.
Okay.
I have no questions at this time.
I had emailed you about one. There's a claim
I think
For,
$367 or
for
something, yeah.
CDBG that I would like to pull because I think it's been submitted in error. And just for clarification, so we don't have to come back and cancel and reissue a check and all that stuff, let's just pull that one from consideration, please.
Yeah, I forwarded that email over to Gretchen, so just waiting for a response from her on that.
Thank you. Is there any other comment or question? Hearing none, is there a motion?
So moved.
And I will second the approval. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, I see you are on our agenda for MOU.
So and this is just in an effort to be transparent. So we've, last year, worked with an organization out of South Carolina that has put in place something that they've seen great success with, and it's a way to get organizations to work together. It's called In-Place Economics, and we did a presentation, shared it with a number of people. Actually, we did it at the Innovation Connector. Had several other discussions, some local businesses, some other entities, and we have since put into a class at Ball State, which has now started. We had a public class as well, but this one at Ball State has just started. So there's no expense or anything at this particular time, but we're going to go ahead. It's a way to improve entrepreneurship in our city. And in collaboration with several organizations, but primarily Ball State and Impact Economics, we want to look at this inclusive program. And it's really trying to teach people how to be entrepreneurs is what it's all about. So there's no expense today, but there could be some things come through. So I just wanted you to have a copy of what this was about. And again, it's just an MOU, just a memorandum of understanding. And so just wanted to publicly say that we're in support of entrepreneurs and helping train new entrepreneurs, especially in some communities that have not had success with entrepreneurs before.
I appreciate your bringing this to us, but just for the record, we don't have anything on this, or I don't
No,
anyway.
but it's on the public record now.
But anyway,
Okay.
you've talked about it, but
Okay.
we don't have copies.
This should have been in your
Oh,
book.
wait, no, it's in our book.
I didn't get one. Sorry.
It's right at the end of the claims in the book. Sorry. I'm just, I saw
Oh,
part of,
beg
I
your
saw
pardon, it
part
is
of
there. Sorry.
what this does. and the grassroots level of impact in communities is amazing. So
Yeah,
I think
it
we're
was
on the right
brought to
track.
me by Mike Martin.
Yeah, yeah.
Who followed this program and has started his market, Common Market, under this program. He's been to that class a couple of times in South Carolina. And so that's what brought it to my attention. Then we took it from there. So we're
was
going to bring it to Muncie.
I think he was part of the inaugural class in
He was,
Charleston.
yes.
Yeah.
As
Well, it's just a really, really solid program, very good thinking. I just love it that we're thinking differently, and so I applaud you for that. Thank you for
thank you.
following through.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to unfinished business. Deputy Mayor Ivy, I think you have an item for us?
Good morning.
Morning. Yes, Rich Ivy, Deputy Mayor. I'm here to ask permission to enter into a contract for lighting at Gamebridge Field in McCullough Park. After the evaluation of the bids, the highest score was Techline Sports Lighting, and I'm requesting permission to negotiate a contract for that service with them.
And what was the amount on that one? Do you have that with you?
I do. 293,000. I apologize.
That's all right.
Maybe I have it. I do have it. It would be on the last page.
Yeah, you can.
$293,230.
Okay.
And as I recall, that wasn't the lowest bid that was
That was not
presented,
the lowest bid,
but it was
but
the
it was the
lowest.
highest score
But it
of
was
the
the
three
lowest-
qualifications of cost, design, and qualification with examples of previous work
Okay.
in references.
What's the timeline on that one? Is that going to be done yet this year, or is it spring?
That's what the part of the negotiation would be for their installation, beginning of installation and finish work would be a part of that negotiation.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the suggested bid?
I make a motion to accept that bid, and I appreciate the extra work that you've done on that.
And I will second it. Is there any other comment? Are there any questions on this bid acceptance? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Upon acceptable contract signed, I will notify the others bidders of our decision.
Thank you.
Thank you
Because
very much.
if I'm not able to negotiate a contract with them, I would move down to the next highest score.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Would
Well,
you,
well
would you
done.
need to come back to us, though, if that's the case?
Yeah,
Okay.
to request the same opportunity.
Well
All
done,
right.
sir.
Thank you.
Well
Thank
done.
you. Moving on to new business, our first item, we had complaints about some of the noise exemptions we had issued a couple, 3 weeks ago. We didn't get the complaints exactly, the police department did. So we've been asked to review our noise exemption process. I've thought about it a good deal over the last couple of weeks. I'm sure the other board members have as well. Ted, do you have any comments you'd like to make or recommendations you'd like to make?
Not at this time. I think I would like to take it under advisement, simply because I did not get any of the communications or
Okay,
the.
I'll make sure you get
And
those. then.
I'd rather look at that and so we can make a really good assessment. But we're going to do something.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'll move forward with it. I just want to make sure we do it correctly.
One of the things a couple of things I'd like us to consider are cutting off the hours at midnight and requiring police and fire chief approvals. One, so that they're notified ahead of time that such an event's going to take place. That lets them be prepared for complaints and such. So those are at least the two things I would like for us to consider.
Yeah.
But we can do that at another time, and so we will take that up
Yeah,
next week.
let's make sure we do it right.
Yeah. Okay. Next, we have a request for a parade permit for Secret Families. So is there someone here to Speak on that.
It's Mr. Secret Families himself.
I thought so.
Hi, thank you for your time today. I'm Al Holdren with Secret Families. No parade, just some street closures.
Okay, all right.
The intent, and I'm going to throw myself and beg for the forgiveness of having never asked for all the things we've done, never asked for a street closure. I didn't know about the 60 days, so I'm going to beg some forgiveness on the 60-day.
We can do that.
Thank you. The intent is that we've had an event that we've done at the fairgrounds for 2 years called Pull a Tractor. Technically, it's 10 individuals. It's a co-ed team, five ladies, 5 men. Pulling last year was a tractor, fire truck, and the MRAP vehicle that the police department has, and you pull it for time. You pull each vehicle for time. Combined time wins. That's really the simplicity of it. Well, it was sponsored by Sigma Phi Epsilon fraternity has really got behind it. We had some individuals that we knew that were involved. They had brought a sorority to get involved with it. We estimate that it'll the goal is to fundraise with that. We'll raise between $10,000 and $16,000 in 3 hours. They have now engaged 5 fraternities, 5 sororities that we met with last night. We don't know what that number could be. That will sponsor 32 families that will have Christmas in your community that would otherwise just not. So that is the intention. All the 100% of the proceeds, Reynolds Farm Equipment comes on as a sponsor and sponsors the tractor and also sponsors 5 additional families. Penske Truck has called us, and it looks like this year we'll be replacing one of those. We'll be pulling a Penske truck. With that, so the intention is Riverside and Locust, which creates a T, and I think you have a map there with that, that we would close the south side of Locust, and it's only for a part of the day. We would close from approximately 10 a.m. to, I believe, 4 p.m. We hopefully are done before then, and if we are, then so be it, depending upon the quantity of the team. So we're really just asking for that street closure at Riverside. That puts it right in the middle of fraternity and sorority row there. And they wanted to move it there. We've had 2 years of great success with that $8,000 and $12,000 raised consecutively 2 years. We don't know where it's going to go. The next year they anticipate that the entire fraternity and sorority, all fraternities and sororities will be involved. We may ask for a little longer closure because we probably have to pull for a couple more hours. But if you start talking about 40, 50 teams, the great thing is it's probably around $30,000. You don't anymore. We don't raise money that quick with that period of time. So we're really asking for that closure, and that's where the dollars are going to go. I think it's always important that when people ask you for a kind favor, that you know what's going to happen. And I think sometimes you guys don't get that. Right? And I think it's important that you know exactly where it goes and what we're going to do with it. So that's the intent, to be on Saturday, November 5th. With that, I will certainly need the advice as far as if the approval is granted for that. The fire department will know, because I would probably leave here, walk upstairs, make sure they can allocate an empty truck and a driver for a few hours there with that. Do we need to make notification to the ambulance groups? And that
As a courtesy, I suppose it wouldn't hurt.
I would like to do that, as long as that's acceptable to you, to contact all those, the Delaware County and the Muncie and all of them, to make sure they know that we're not on University, so
Yes.
routing of but still they need to know, just in case of ambulance service, I would assume.
That's kindness, right?
Great. Anything else I can answer that's
This,
I don't have any
Clear
other
as mud.
I
questions.
just make
Do
a
you?
motion to approve this.
And I will second that. Are there any other comments or questions from the public?
I don't know, but this is an unbelievably great example of community involvement.
Yes.
And getting Ball State, especially the fraternity sororities, involved in the community. We get people always complain, well, Ball State and Muncie don't, coordinate things together. This is a great example of what can be done. So thanks for shining a light on that, my friend.
Thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the courtesy. Very kind.
Thank you. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And next on our agenda, we have street closure from downtown.
Morning, everyone.
Hi, Cheryl, good morning.
Cheryl Crowder, Muncie Downtown Development Partnership. You have a request for a street closing for the Costume Creature Crawl. It will be a new event for downtown. Basically, it's a pet parade, and it will be on October 29th. The parade will start at noon, and we're just asking for assistance from the police department to block the streets as the parade passes from the county building to Cannon Commons.
What?
From the county building
Okay.
down to Cannon Commons, and they'll end there. And we'll do a little contest with the costumed humans and creatures. And then we have a show from Wild Indiana. They're bringing some different animals and talking about relationships between humans and their animals and how responsible pet ownership is important and all that kind of stuff. And then they'll trick or treat downtown from 1:30 to 3.
Okay. And if people are interested in getting involved in this, how do they do that?
They can go to our website, downtownmuncie.org, or they can email me directly. It's Cheryl, CHERYL, at downtownmuncie.org.
Okay, good. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
And I will second. Any comments or questions from anyone?
Great work.
Yeah. sounds
Thanks. Thanks.
Depending on the critters.
And the weather.
All
And the
critters are invited, so
Okay,
they have to
good.
be leashed to their human, though. So,
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
thank
Very
you.
much. We have nothing else on the agenda. Does anyone have anything they'd like to bring before us?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Chris Egan, Muncie Police Department. I was here last week. We had spoke about the noise ordinance stuff. I appreciate taking it under advisement and consideration. One thing that I forgot to bring up last week, I think that would be hugely beneficial in your consideration to the procedural aspect of it, is have them turn in a map for where they're located at. Turns out one of the last exemptions that we had, where they claimed that they were in a commercial zone, actually is just adjacent to residential apartment complex. So, I mean, within, like, walk across the street, now you're at an apartment complex. So that would be one of the asks of the police department, is that you ask for a map to be turned in with it, so you guys can physically see what all be impacted by that.
That's good.
Okay.
That's wise.
It's a good idea.
Good job.
And easy, I would think fairly easy to come by.
Oh, yeah, Google Maps, print it off, and
Yeah.
that way you guys can actually see what the impacted area is.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Good suggestion. Well, we will probably take it up next week. Okay. Anything else? If not, thank you for joining us this morning. We will see you next week.